All right, all right, all right. Let's see. Can you hear me better now? How about now? Maybe it's a little muffled. I don't know. Happy hump day. We are in the middle of the week. We're getting like another set of 100-degree temperatures. It's warm outside, all that good stuff. And I want to talk to you today about some things I've seen over the years with customers and landscapers, lawn care professionals that I myself have been guilty of when it comes to not offering the best value. Okay? And it's a two-sided deal. It's the responsibility of us as the lawn care landscape professional to offer that, but there is the customer side. I will get into that later, so please stick around for that. I would love for more people to hear it because as a small business owner, we got plenty of struggles, right? And how we are responded to sometimes makes it a little more challenging to want to keep offering the best. So here we go. Please hop in. I'd love to hear from you. I love your feedback. If you are a landscaper, please listen. Please share this with your friends. Or give me some feedback. Tell me I'm full of it and I need X-Lax. However, let's get into it. What I'm thinking about this morning is a conversation I've had yesterday with a customer, and I've had many times. It comes down to how the flower beds look, how the health of everything is. And something that I see that is so common is people do not turn their flower beds, they don't add soil to them periodically. It doesn't need to be all the time, it's not like a monthly fertilizing program, but adding soil to the flower bed before you put mulch down every once in a while. I would say, depends on two things. Like, let's face it, a lot of things are going to depend on people's budget, for real. But then the other side is, how often do I really need it? I would say adding a quality soil and fertilizer, really good and thick to the bed before you put mulch down would be really great to do once a year or once every 2 years. Okay, definitely once every 2 years. Now, I say this because, again, talking to a lady I did work for yesterday, and she pointed out her bushes and she said they didn't look that great. And the first thing I look at when people say their bushes or their plants or their flowers don't look that great is, okay, well, how does the actual base look? Because a lot of times we see issues on the leaves and the upper part of the plant, and a lot of that stems from poor health in the root zone, right? If it's not getting up nutrients, water, oxygen, those sort of things, the whole plant is going to suffer, and you can be treating topically with an insecticide, a fungicide, those sort of things. Even a foliar fertilizer, right? But if the soil health is poor and the management of the actual bed is poor, the plant health is going to be poor. So for the landscaper side of it, part of our discussion was the person who was offering her lawn maintenance service didn't speak much English. And, there is, let's be real, a huge communication barrier with people largely that are doing lawn maintenance, right? Because they do great work. They're smart, like they're on it. But if a person can't tell you, hey, we recommend soil and a good organic fertilizer, that it's never going to happen, right? That is immediately cut off. But let's take the language barrier part out of it, right? Because I do also know that there's plenty of lawn care and landscape professionals out there who also do a good job, but the cultural practice, unfortunately, is not that prominent, and I really think it should be. Okay? Something like turning your mulch in flower beds should be done quarterly, at least one, like every 6 months, maybe, because a lot of times, and you guys, tell me if I'm wrong, okay? A, it either doesn't happen at all, you just get layers and layers of mulch and nothing's ever turned, or B, it's done once a year when the new mulch is added. Now, if the company is like turning the whole bed at all before they put new mulch, kudos to you, because there are a lot of people out there who don't even do it. So if you're a landscaper and you're listening to this, offer it, okay? Because it will help the flower bed breathe. It will break up the fungus that builds up as mulch breaks down. And the fungus isn't necessarily bad. Don't go put fungicide on it and all that, but it is a fungus that breaks down the woody material and it creates a barrier. With this barrier, you don't get as much water infiltration. You're not getting the same kind of oxygen. The soil underneath is more readily to become compacted. And then what happens? You're looking at boxwoods, roses, what have you, and they're having all these issues, and you're like treating it topically, but yet not once did we address how the root zone of the plant is being cared for on a regular basis. Now, it doesn't need weekly and monthly care, bi-monthly care like lawn maintenance and fertilizing. But 6 months, a year, something like that, is your lawn care, and are you, as a lawn care professional, as a landscaper, are you offering that to your customer? Right? Are you offering the to put fertilizer down? Look, you need a recommendation? Here's my recommendation, guys. Okay, almost any flower bed mix to put down. Good morning, Javier. What's up, my dog? Uh, I know you're taking notes right now, player. Thank you. So, like Microlife Ultimate 846, excellent to put down on a flower bed. When you remove all the mulch, it's gonna pretty much help all the plants thrive. And any kind of flower bed mix, okay? Now, are some better than others? Absolutely, yes, but here's the deal. Some kind of flower bed mix from anywhere, and I promise you, I've used pretty much all of them locally at some point, are gonna be better than none, okay? So if you're not offering to put down a little bit of a good soil mix with a slow release organic fertilizer that stimulates biology, then you're doing your customers a disservice, okay? And like we can I guess work better together to offer our customers something better, because and listen, potential homeowner, here's the deal. If you do this, yes, there's an upfront cost for this, but how expensive is it to freaking replace uh, your landscape, right? Or to treat and treat and treat a problem that seems to never improve, you know? And that's frustrating. And then you're ripping out plants all the time and you're like, nothing seems to grow here. Da da da. I've done everything. And I've heard this for years and years about lawns and trees and what have you. Like the I've done everything answer. Have you really? Right? Or did you take the most simple first steps and address the what's happening in the root zone? Because a lot of times you can pull out plants. Javier, I know you can speak on this. Any other landscaper I know can speak on this. You go to rip out some plants, and that whole root ball is crusty and dusty. Okay? If there was ashes to be had down there, it would be ashy. And so that tells me it's not getting water. It's not holding moisture. When it's not holding a proper amount of moisture, there's also not good nutrient uptake. It takes water to translocate nutrients in a plant. If water is not going down to the root zone, nutrients can't go up in the plant. Woo! That's crazy, dog. That's crazy. So, and you are absolutely right, Javier. We are often up while they're sleeping, okay? Thinking, how can I make this better? Right? So I'm telling you, the landscapers out there, look, here's how you can make it better by what you offer to the customer. Um, And I know it can be discouraging out there because sometimes you want to offer something better, and I have heard the feedback of that's too rich for my blood or stuff like that. So on the homeowner side, and on the business side, like how can we do better? When people tell me, I give them a price for lawn leveling or top dressing or one of my services. It doesn't matter which one it is, right? Uh, Fortunately, yes, there's a lot of people that want to do it. They're like, hey, man, I've seen what you do. Get on over here, put me on the schedule. Cool, thank you. I very much appreciate that. Then there's the sometimes like, that's too rich for my blood, or are you insane, and da 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 da. And like, as a person who is a consumer, of whatever I like, speakers, what have you, I can't go to Macintosh amps and be like, y'all are freaking crazy. You should lower your prices, blah, blah, blah. In case you don't know, Macintosh amplifiers are like $2,000 to $4,000 an amp for a 400-watt amp. Nuts, right? Uh, but hey, you know what? There's a market for that, and that's freaking awesome. And I'm so happy that that's there. I just can't afford it yet. Uh, so when people tell me, like, I very much appreciate the sentiment of, well, that's not in my budget right now. Okay, cool. And if the issue, because the other side, like, the landscaper, or the sales, or whatever, yes, people can be freaking pushy. It's annoying, right? You tell someone, like, hey, we just don't want to do that right now. And they're like, oh, what's holding you back? What's this? What's that? All these dumbass sales tactics. Hey, here's what I have to offer. Here's what I think would help you the most, you know? And if a customer says no, they said no, dude. Like, leave it alone. Maybe give them, we can send some friendly reminders or something, but I can understand, I just see both sides. And so sometimes when a landscaper has offered something, you get shot down a couple times. It'll deter you from moving forward to offer that to the next person because you think everyone's going to, shoot you down. It's kind of how it feels. Let's be real about this. But the other side of it is there's so many people too who would be open to the suggestion if it was only presented to them. You know, hey, what I think would be best is X, Y, and Z. This is going to really help you out long term, increase the health of your plants, your lawn, your landscape, what have you, so we can all raise the bar on the this side of services, right? Sure, many can agree, and I've heard it before, that lawn and landscape is like the wild, wild west, y'all. Uh, there's there's no bar. I don't know. There's no status quo almost on how things should be done, right? There's so much information out there that says St. Augustine should be cut at 3 to 4 inches, yet people are scalping these lawns 2 inches or less all the freaking time and wondering why my St. Augustine won't grow. Hey, dude, it's not Bermuda. It's not one of those golf course grasses. It needs to be long to be lush, okay? Uh, and trimming stuff or even some fertilizing practices. Too often do you see both the lawn care professional and the homeowner not know what's going on, throw the kitchen sink at it, or the bottom of the kitchen sink really at it, and wonder why something's not working. Like, hey guys, let's start with some basics, some fundamentals, and when you offer some good basics and some good fundamentals, you can give your customer a better result. So I'm curious to know, like, how many people would be open to it, right? Like, hey, how many times has it been offered to you to add soil before you do mulch? Or how many times is it offered to turn the flower bed before they put more mulch down? I I can tell you that over the years, I have seen every year, all the time, layers and layers and layers of mulch. Like you can even go from they use natural wood this year, they use red this year, they use black this year. no freaking any sign of turning that or doing anything. It's just, oh man, we're gonna put it down $100 a yard and run with it, something like that. Like, look, again, I understand people have budgets, they have, you know, things that they have to work within, but also it's up to us as the professional to raise the bar to offer something better, because a lot of times they they don't know, right? That's why they're calling us to to do this job. And so please, if you're out there and you're like, man, I do lawn maintenance or I'm a landscaper, if you put those words out your mouth, do some freaking homework. Now, do I know everything? Absolutely not. Is there a lot that I can learn? Yes. But I will tell you this too. I'm AJ with Hippie Fertilizing. Guess what I do? I fertilize lawns. I don't try to put in stone. I did tree work for a little while. I don't do that anymore. And I say that because, like, I stay in my niche because this is what I want to learn. There is a lot to know about everything. If you do stonework, do your stonework, right? Now, if you have the outfit to offer basically everything, that's freaking awesome because I know there is a handful of outfits out there that do offer everything, but they have people in those specific areas in that field that have expertise and can identify stuff and offer the right thing for the customer, right? But, and hey, I've been out here for 17 years. I promise you. I know this because I've made so many mistakes. Okay, so if I can help you weave through some of this stuff and make a few less mistakes along the way, that's what I want, right? Because it's already 100 freaking degrees in August. We already get rain. We're like, we have plenty of challenges. We don't need to add to more challenges of not knowing what to do, of not knowing how to present information. How you present information is also a huge deal. Um, little, you know, people probably don't know this, but when I was much younger, I managed a tanning salon. And my mom owned it. It was called Toasted Buns. I didn't know squat about it. At first, I didn't care. I'm in there. Half the customers kind of knew the stuff themselves, so I just start the bed, clean it after they're done, whatever. Here's where I'm going with this. A gentleman came in one day and he said, "What's the difference between, this lotion and that bed and that bed?" And I said, "One's better than the other, pretty much." And he looked at me like I was dumb. And I don't blame him because I was. But it really triggered me in a way to where that was never going to happen again. So what I did was I read every damn bottle of lotion in there and like studied it, and then I, really studied the difference in beds and bulbs and all that stuff. And by the time I was done working in tanning industry, like like you couldn't walk out of a place that I worked without learning something and me having added value to you in that sector, right? Because you weren't ever going to look at me again like I was a freaking idiot. Because I was. So, like, but it's so big out here, right? From $20 lawn maintenance on up to prices that 17 years ago, if you would have told me people pay that, I'd have been like, you're friggin' insane. But you know what? What I've learned along the way is the more I've added value to myself, the more I can add value to my customers, right? And it's a win-win. And we're not going to win them all. There should be some definite exercise and etiquette on both sides. Hey, this is what I have to offer. Hey, I just don't want to accept your offer right now. Cool, thank you. Not none of this. You're crazy. That's too rich for my blood. Are you sure? What's holding you back? Da 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 da. Man, dude, come on. If you want it, you want it. If you don't, you don't. I'm pretty easygoing most of the time, I think. And but this is what I see. So if you're a lawn care landscape professional, are you offering the best for your customer? And if you have tried and got shot down, look, you're going to get shot down. It's going to happen. I get shot down every day. It's cool. Uh, but that doesn't mean everyone's going to do it, right? Like, come with your best. Leave with your best. Or at least the best you got, and work on making it better if you can. All right? I'm AJ with Hippie Fertilizing. I hope this has been helpful. Please, let's work on raising the bar together in the lawn care and landscape industry, because really good stuff is out there. Are you offering it to your people? I don't know. Have a groovy day. Peace.